Well, hello. Welcome to another episode of History with Heidi. I'm sorry for the sluggish start. I hope everyone is well and dandy. Okay, I'll just check if the YouTube stream is okay. Okay, I think yes, I think we are well and dandy. Is it okay? Now, I hope you are, it's visible on YouTube because I have a, there we are. Because I wasn't quite, I have a few, um, new settings here that I've been jiggling. So I hope every single one of you are well. Uh, Excuse me, I have still a few things to learn about using um, the wonderful wonderful world of Streamlabs OBS. Okay, and now I think we are well and dandy. So, who do I have here tonight with me? Of course, I have my regular co-host, Stefan. Hey, there he is. He is well and dandy. Um, so, uh, and of course, I have my always so lovely Bertil. He is, I think, the first and original uh, live stream guest that I ever had. I think Bertil has been here for a very long time, since the times of first episodes of Special Files, uh, before the season one. At least, well, he's been here most of the time um, since the start of season two, Monday News, which, uh, by the way, is will be hitting a ro- way sign. I don't know what to call it, but in English. But hey, it's regardless. It's in 2 weeks will be the 20th episode of Monday News. Well, that'll be a week and a half, I think, from now. Okay, what do we have tonight? Well, uh, we have. Oops. Okay, I'm truly sorry that. Okay, that I am just incapable of being able to get everything ready on time for. Okay, there we go. Up. Here we are. So, who do we have here for today? We have Touko Aaltonen, also known better to the big audience, um, also known as Tom of Finland. Okay, let's. Here's the man, Touko Aaltonen. I think he is a handsome man. So, who was this man? Well, Touko Aaltonen, born May 8th, 1920 in Kaarina, Finland. He had two siblings. Um, his parents were teachers, high school teachers in a school. So he um, they lived in the school building because it was common practice at the time that at least some teachers would live on the school premises. Now, it's in Kaarina is in the southwestern part of Finland, near the city, near the middle age, near the very old former capital of Finland, Turku. So he went graduated high school at the age of 19 in 1939, and then went to study advertising in Helsinki, the capital, the current capital where I live. Now, he on his spare time, by the way, Touko was gay, so but none of his family knew, none, which is kind of sad that only his sister knew that he was gay, but none of his family knew until he died. Until he died, none of his family members knew he was the man behind the pseudonym Tom of Finland, which is quite curious, but I'm not surprised. But his pictures, queer, he is the pioneer of queer art. More specifically, gay homoerotic. And just full disclosure, trigger warning, content warning, I will show some explicit drawings with at least some clothes on, however. And today I have another Belgian beer, Leffe, dark. There's a blonde version. Okay. It's when he moved to Helsinki, the capital, in 1939, he started drawing these erotic images of his own pleasure, based on male laborers and lumberjacks. At first, male laborers he had seen from the time he was a child. Now, at first, he kept these. Obviously, this was 1940, end of 1930s, early 40s, the wartime. He obviously kept them hidden, but then destroyed. So then, by the time he went on, when he was drafted to serve in the Finnish military. So he went on to serve in the Finnish military during the Winter War against the USSR, and then hence became involved in the war. He served as an anti-aircraft officer, and he rose up to the rank of second lieutenant in the Finnish ground forces. That would have been. Later, after the war, he fetish developed a taste, shall we say, for military uniforms, and these carried his sort of fetish, if you like, carried on to be visible in his work until his death in 1991. He then attributed this to his time in the military, but he, especially the German uniforms of the Wehrmacht, who of which some soldiers were stationed in Finland at the time. At the time of during the World War II, due to a number of reasons. I won't go into that because it's a highly sensitive topic to many. He went on to say regarding this that he had a thing for the German uniforms. That he went on to say, and I quote: In my drawings, I have no political statement to make, no ideology. I am thinking only about the picture itself. The whole German philosophy. I'm not gonna say the word because I'm probably gonna get deleted all my shit if I say the words, certain words. The racism and all that is hateful to me. But of course, I drew them anyway. They had the sexiest uniforms, and he returned to his studies of advertising in after the war, which would have been in 1945. His artwork of this period, post-war, obviously, as I said previously, he destroyed himself. He himself destroyed the artwork he drew pre World War II. His artwork of post World War II or post war has been described as more romantic and softcore. Anyway, he then his artwork was, however, found then in the late 1950s, which gave him a good good name for himself. However, with the pseudonym of Tom of Finland and not his real name Touko Aaltonen. But I can see where Tom came from, Touko. So he had, anyway. By the way, I was mistaken. I was checking up my research, and he had four siblings, two full sisters, and then a half brother and a half sister from his father's previous marriage. Anyway, the first that he got really published were in Physic Pictorial, which was a what was called back then a bodybuilding magazine for men. But hey, just look at the times, the magazines, the bodybuilding magazines for men, like Physique Pictorial from the 50s and 60s. Those are not bodybuilding magazines. Those are softcore gay porn. So The In 1956, he sent his drawings to the American Physique Pictorial with his then famous pseudonym Tom of Finland, and this was in accordance with the name conventions of the time, or of the time in the magazine. So, by the way, there isn't anyone really watching it right now, but if those of you who may be uh, may pop in, please let me know if there are any glitches, or I've had audio problems with sound previously. So if there's anyone listening, there are issues with audio, any video or otherwise, or if it's tends to be if this video starts buffering, because that tends to happen sometimes. So the what he drew were really masculine types of men. These were always men, and one of these picture or drawing piece of art of lumberjacks, which had this the lumberjack tradition was considered was admired as masculine, and being a biker was seen somewhat of a rebellion against the norms, and bikers were called the one. I can't remember which U.S. president said about the bikers that 99% of us are good people, and then there's the 1% who are the bikers, and then which were rebellious of the norms of the society of the time. Uh, such strong models of men hadn't been a part of the art previously, or the stereotypical view of gay men previously. So, I'll just move that from one screen to another. Okay. So the type of drawing that he acquired on his free time, drawing these Tom of Finland magazines, affected his day job he had acquired at McCann Helsinki, a marketing or an advertising company, where he started as the creative leader in 1958, when he wrote when he was drawing an ad for Philips about a family. The client wouldn't accept it because the father of the family was viewed as too sexy. Apparently, women could be sexy, but not men. I think, would it be that men at the time weren't supposed to be just these beer drinking, bit of a belly and chubby and not so sexy. It's just women were supposed to be sexy. Who knows? Up until 70s, his works, his art ended up to private collectors, who and were a lot of were viewable mainly to those who were involved in gay pornography, or subcultures associated with gay porn. According to the Finnish criminal code, homosexuality was a crime until, excuse me, 1972, I think. So that effect, only after that could he, yeah, I think 1972, and then 10 years later, in 82, homosexuality was removed from the list of illnesses, psychiatric illnesses. And in 1973, the year after, the homosexuality was decriminalized in Finland. He had his first show, or his first art expo. Yes, his first art expo. He had his first art expo in a porn shop in Hamburg, Germany, and it was a success. And he became a freelance artist, or freelancer. Yeah, freelance artist. I think it's in English. And he also started publishing erotic comic books. So the same year, he obviously quit his job at the international advertising ad agency McCann Helsinki. Then he proceeded to the time proceeded to more photorealistic art. I'm going to show you some of the pictures in a moment. So most of these, especially photorealistic material, is based on actual photographs, but he then emphasized, or overly emphasized, his shall we say, the masculine features. You'll see what I mean in a moment. So there we go. You'll understand what I mean when I show you the pictures. Like the jaw muscles and the genitals, aka the penis. He took most of these photographs, and yeah, they made it a company. In 79, Touko and his friend and business partner Dirk Danner founded the Tom of Finland company, and in 1984 the Tom of Finland Foundation, which started to collect, save, and present homoerotic art. Okay, I'm going to go then to hang on. I'll be right back. Okay, now I just had to check one thing regarding this next part. Okay, so okay, here we are, and then I to oops, from a screen to another. Okay, there we go. And now, if you are sensitive to homoerotic pictures, uh, or partial nudity, big penises, lumberjacks, etc., etc., please look away. Okay. There we go. Look at that. That is some piece of art. This is what I talked about, the bikers that I mentioned. And this looks somewhat, and this mustache style, who does it remind you of? Who does it remind you of? Freddie Mercury. And it's known that Freddie Mercury took some uh, influence. Freddie Mercury's style what had influence from the art of Tom of Finland and some others as well. And actually, we've had stamps. The Finnish Post actually made stamps, Tom of Finland stamps, and I actually had them. I had those Tom of Finland stamps, and I don't think they sell those anymore. Maybe somewhere, I don't know, but I don't think they sell these anymore. It was one off. It's as you can see, it was in 2014. Yeah, and it's, you can see the biker thing, you know? You can see it here. And this the lumberjack. And there's been Tom of Finland, liquor, etc., etc. So you can see how Freddie Mercury got and some others got their style or influences to their style and somewhat, persona, if you or the outside persona of how they presented themselves. So this, you may understand now why in some circles Tom of Finland's art became famous for a very good reason. Okay, so why not? Hey. Okay, so in 1989, Tom of Finland's work was presented in New York, in New Museum, New York, and it was the Finland's first Tom of Finland Expo was in 1990, about a year before he died, and he got an awarded a special award from the Finnish Cartoon Association, and the last that expo in his lifetime was in the art museum, Amos Andressen's art museum, a comic expo in 1991, and due to complications from COPD, that is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, it's a lung disease essentially, on November 7th, on November 7th, 1991, Tom of Finland, Touko Aaltonen, passes away of COPD just 3 weeks before Freddie Mercury. That in that that was a sad, sad, sad month of that year. It was Freddie on the 7th of November. Touko Aaltonen passes away at the age of 71 of COPD, and 2 weeks later, Farrokh Bulsara passes away on November 24th, 1991, at the age of 45 of complications of AIDS. That and Freddie and the man whose art was from whose art he took effects to his style passed away before him, which is kind of sad, but hey. Anyway, going forward in his lifetime and beyond, his work has drew both admiration and disdain from different community parts of the art community, as well as from the mainstream media. It was they were one of these issues or controversy was caused by the use of the German uniforms, but he denounced the ideas that stood behind them. What about the legacy? What about the legacy of Touko Aaltonen's art? There was something called a series of drawings called Tom Girls, which then appropriated Touko's drawings, and these were done in the style of Touko, and based on these on his drawings, but these were punk girls or other subcultural women. And unlike Touko's work, in these works, the authority figures exist only to be undetermined and not obeyed, which in Tom's art, the authority figure was definitely there. And he had he has had more and more attention after he passed away. He's had in exhibitions after his death, posthumous exhibitions. He's had it. There's been his art in the Finnish Cultural Center, Institut Culturel Finlandais in Paris, in Stockholm, Sweden, in Kulturhuset, and his work was also in We the People in New York City, US, of Robert Rauschenberg's Foundation's Expo in 2013 in France, US, in London, England. Artist Space presented his an exhibition called Tom of Finland, the Pleasure of Play in New York, and it was also presented in Kunsthalle in Helsinki 2016, and as a part of the 100th birthday celebration in 2020. There was an exhibition, Tom of Finland, Love and Liberation at the House of Illustration in London. There was a film made the Finnish national broadcasting company Yleisradio and a company called Filmitakomo produced a documentary called Daddy and the Muscle Academy. Quite fitting, actually, I think. Okay, we still have none watching. I think this should be going through, but there could be something wrong with the notifications, because usually I have at least someone watching live. There's been quite a while since I haven't had any. It's quite disheartening, really, if no one's watching. Anyway, so he's had his art in exhibitions around the globe in years since his death, in the 3 decades since his death, quite extensively, which is, I think, very good. That his effect on the art community hasn't changed, or rather, it has lasted all these years. So it's really, really wonderful to know that there has been interest in his art, and it still inspires people, like the Tom girls. And maybe Tom girl has come, I'm not sure, maybe someone should enlighten me, but I I have I have I think Tom girl might have come from this the comic series Tom's Girls in the 80s. Please let me know if I screwed up too much. There was another film, it was a biopic of Tom of Finland, and in the already he had done enough of the work that in the 80s, when they were planning the film, the documentary, he was well known in the gay world, however, but his very unique style received also mainstream attention when the film, including hundreds of his images from, along with interviews, etc., were when they were when they were released, rather, shall we say, theatrically. Okay, so let's go. I mentioned the Tom of Finland Foundation. Okay, so okay, let's go there. Okay. In 1994, the non-profit Tom of Finland Foundation was established by Dirk Derner and his friend Tom of Finland. As Tom had established the worldwide recognition as master of homoerotic art, the Foundation's original purpose was to preserve his catalog of work. Several years later, the scope was widened to offer a safe haven for all erotic art in response to rampant discrimination against arts that portrayed sexual behavior or generated a sexual response. Yeah, that's yeah. And today, Tom of Finland Foundation continues in its efforts of educating the public as the cultural merits of erotic art and promoting healthier, more tolerant attitudes towards sexuality. They actually have they produced these small packages with, I think they had 2 condoms, two small these small tubes of lube for safe sex. Actually, I think I have some of those actually. Just for your information, the internet. So, anyway, back to interwebs. Their mission, unlike many artists, Tom of Finland's work has always been appreciated by grassroots audience, as his work was first seen in commercial settings in such as magazine illustrations, posters, and advertising. Okay, from the perspective of art historians, Tom's work had an effect on global culture unmatched virtually unmatched that of any other artist. His art had a defining impact on the way gay men throughout the world were perceived, and more importantly, how they perceived themselves. Tom's work has, therefore, had a ripple effect throughout gay and straight culture, influencing lifestyle, political tolerance, design, fashion, and art. This is what I talk about. This is what I talk about. This is what I want to get through to you, dear viewers, that history is filled. The history is filled with all these wonderful historical figures who were this wonderful historical figures who were queer. Tom of Finland, Tove Jansson, Alan Turing. Please go check the Alan Turing film. The poor man was really mistreated by his own government, by Her Majesty's government. He served Her Majesty's government well and ended the Second World War up to 3 to 4 years before it was later estimated. He saved millions and millions of lives, not just British, but across the globe. He saved millions of countless of lives. We're talking in millions. Yet he was convicted and forcefully sterilized for being gay. That is why we need to remember these queer people of history. Tove, Alan, Touko, etc. etc. And more people to come on History with Heidi, queer history. Uh, yes, it's wonderful to do these shows. Oh, what do you think, Bertil? Hmm? I think you think so too. Hmm? Okay. Okay. It's been this stream has been going on for almost 49 minutes. And I think it's time to go. It's time for me to go soon. But not just yet. Um Wonderful beer. I if Leffe is sold in your country, I highly suggest you try it. There. Okay, there are in the description box below. There are links. There are playlist links, season 1, season 2 Monday news, uh, uh, Friday facts, special files, history with Heidi, one episode of Sunday special. Um, that was with my lovely partner. We tried out some Japanese snacks on camera live stream. Okay, so those links are there. Also, there are links to my Discord servers. There is Hades Corner, my channel server. Please join. Please go over there. It's check it out. It's fun. And then there's LGBT plus safe space server, which, as the name suggests, is a safe server meant for all LGBT plus people to have a safe environment. Safe environment to talk about things, whatever those things may be. And then there is my channel email address, Hadescorner at gmail.com. Okay, so, and oh, before I forget, only about a third, 30 something, 34% of my viewers are subscribed. So 66%, 65% of my viewers are not subscribed. What am I trying to say with this? Please, like, thumbs up, thumbs down, I don't care. And subscribe. And tickle the notification bell. Ding ding. So that you can get all the notifications to videos and content just like this. Now, I would like also to do some advertising in 2 months. I think. Excuse me. I'll have to check the calendar. Okay, yes. This year, in September 26th of September is the first birthday, or the first, not birthday, come on. It's the first anniversary of my channel. It's September 26th. It's a Sunday. And I have a very, very special guest. I will not announce. I will keep you in suspense. With regards, I have one guest confirmed and more to be confirmed. And I will keep you posted and publish the guests at a later date. Now, it's okay. It is time to go. It's time for me to go to bed. It's almost midnight, and I have work tomorrow. So please, please, be safe. Use the masks. Get the vaccine if you can, and use the masks. Wash your hands. Use the hand sanitizer, and be safe, please. I wouldn't want any of you, any of my darling viewers, to get sick. Now, okay, before I go, I want to say goodbye to Stefan. Hello. Say bye to Stefan. Okay. And say bye to Bertil. Yeah. Okay. And by the way, in 2 weeks, there will be I will be taking a small holiday, summer vacation, and there will be recorded episodes during that. We will be going on a small domestic car trip with my partner, and Bertil. You know what? Bertil is coming with us. We are going to the Moomin World. There's a Moomin World theme park in, or it's not a theme park, but something along the lines of a theme park. And we are going there with Bertil, because Bertil is a Moomin forefather. So, before... Okay, bye. Stay safe. Please, stay safe.